Hi everyone. I'm dressed like the Black Ninja today because I'm going to show you how easy it is to take a set of measurements so that you can draw off a body blueprint of your pants that's going to fit you. I'm Glenda with SureFit Designs, and some of you know me as Glenda the Good Stitch. For those of you who are new to SureFit Designs can provide you a master pattern that goes in a very, very wide size range from 28 inches around in the hip line up to 62 inches around. And all that you do is, once you've taken your body measurements, is you mark in the measurement dots that represent you, and then you connect your dots together and you end up with what I call a body blueprint. And so today we're talking about pants fitting and getting an accurate measurement to do and start working on a pair of pants for yourself that will fit you properly. And where I'm getting this information from is out of the Pants Kit instruction book. It's page 4 and 5. So those of you who do have your SureFit Designs pants kits can certainly follow along. Now, I'm also all bound up with elastic and bands, and that's so to identify the waist, the high hip, and the low or full hip. And I'll talk a little bit more about the positioning of those things as we go along. First of all, the waistband. With SureFit Designs, the waistband is intended to sit at your waistline and above. I know some of you like to wear your pants low slung on your hips, and that's a design change. But when you're testing the pants pattern, this is the position that you want your waistband to be in, is at your natural waist. So what you want to do at home is cut yourself a strip of fabric that's 1 inch wide, and you'll likely want to interface it so that it doesn't buckle on you. And you're going to tie it around your waist, again sitting just at your waistline. Then you want to walk around the house and bend from side to side, sit down, stand up, just to make sure that it's going to sit comfortably at your waistline position. I do know some people have waistlines that come up in the front, and I do know some people have waistlines that come down in the front, just depending on your body shape. So that's why you want to get the waistband exactly where it's best suited on your particular body. Then you'll go ahead and do measurement number 1. And when you're doing your measurements, please don't pull your tape measure so tight that you're bulging on either side, because that wouldn't be appropriate, and your pants will obviously feel too tight. But on the other hand, don't let your tape measure go so loose that it's falling off your body. So that's measurement number 1. Measurement number 2 is a high hip measurement. And when I say high hip, we want to incorporate your hip bones and any tummy that you might have. And that usually is anywhere from about 2 to 3 inches down from your natural waist position. But wherever yours is where you need to tie that next piece of elastic. And the elastic that I'm using is 3/8 of an inch wide. You don't want to go any wider than that, but you could use 1/4 inch wide elastic as well, because it really helps to identify that location. And the high hip and the low hip identifiers do need to be parallel to the floor, or let's put it this way, as parallel as you can get them to be. And then, of course, so measurement number 2 is going to be, I've got my tape measure upside down here. There we go. Measurement number 2 is going to be your high hip measurement. And you might be wondering what this lump is at the back of my body. That's the battery pack. So let's just visually disregard it there. Okay, measurement number 3 is a low hip measurement. And before I actually do that one, let me explain about low and full hip. Some of you who are heart-shaped hip, meaning that you're fuller in your high hip area than you are down here, this then is going to be called your low hip because you're fuller up here. But some of you who are diamond-shaped hip are going to be fuller down here than you are in your high hip area. And so that's why I refer to this as your low or full hip measurement. And so for some of you, this might be only 6 or 7 inches down from your waistline. It could be 8, 9, or 10 inches down from your waistline, depending on where your fullest hip is. And some of you also who are carry a lot of weight in your upper thigh area, when you look at yourself visually straight on, this might appear to be bigger than over top of your buttocks. And so what I want you to do is take your elastic and move it over top of your upper thigh area, and then measure that dimension, and then put it on top of your buttocks. Because you see what happens is when I had that over my thighs, that band actually falls down below where my buttocks fullness is. And so your upper thigh circumference may be bigger, it might be smaller than this actual measurement right here, or it could in fact be the same even though you look bigger down there, because that's the essence of a diamond or pear-shaped tip person. So again, keep your elastic as even as possible to the floor, as parallel as possible, and then do your measurement. So you might want to measure yourself 2 or 3 times in that area, because you do need to take your fullest hip circumference so that when you're plotting your measurement on the pattern, that this is going to go around your fullest hip area. Measurement number 4 is a pant length measurement. And so for this one, you're going to start the tape measure at the bottom of your waistband, not the middle or the top, and it's because your side seam actually meets and sews in with your waistband at the bottom, so that's where you start your tape measure. And then you're going to measure down to your ankle, or just below your ankle, or to the floor. What's going to determine whether or not, or how low you go, I should say, is what style of pant you want to wear and the height of the heel that you're wearing in your shoe. And so if you're not sure of a good place to start, find a pair of pants in your wardrobe that you do like the length of, and just take that. And that's a good place to begin when you start drawing off your body blueprint with the Sure-Fit Designs pants pattern. Okay, so we've done a waist, a high hip, and a low or a full hip, and the side seam length or pant length. Measurement number 5 is a crotch measurement. And this measurement, bar none, is one of the most important. And so what you want to do for your crotch measurement is measure from the bottom of your waistband in the front, again, not the middle or the top, but rather right at the very bottom. And you're going to take this tape measure through your crotch like this, and then you're going to hold on to it at the back of your body, and you can feel where your waistband is sitting at the back. And then you're going to do a little sit me down and back up again to see if you get any expansion in the back of your body. Some of you will expand. This tape measure might slide down 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch. It might slide down 1/2 inch, or even maybe a little more. It depends a lot on your circumferences and how much you spread when you sit. And by doing this and determining how much sitting ease you need, it's going to make your pants stay on your body a little bit better when you are sitting. Because I'm sure you've all had a situation where when you sit, your pants pull down your backside, and that's because you spread and it's pulling the fabric down. So make sure you do that little sit me down. But the other caution that I will give you is that you don't want to sit down too dramatically and pick up like 2 or 3 inches, because if you do, you're going to end up with the droopy crotch. And on the other hand, you don't want this tape so tight in your crotch line that it forms the smile lines. So there has to be a happy medium. And so once you have your crotch measurement done, then we're going to take that and we're going to divide it in 2, and we're going to give a little bit more of it to the back of your body than to the front of your body. And that's because you typically have more in the back of your body than you do in the front of your body. But I'm going to address that in more detail in the next video. So at this point, I'd like to suggest to you that if you haven't already joined the Sure-Fit Designs community, I would certainly invite you to. You can do that in 3 easy steps. Join our newsletter, and when you do, there are free gifts to get you started, and the newsletter form is on every page of the Sure-Fit Designs website. Number 2, make sure you subscribe to and like this YouTube channel. And number 3, feel free to join our international community of like-minded seamstresses, and you can do that at facebook.com/groups/SureFit Designs. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.